Hi there. So, I'm Sid, and this is a reading for the air element, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. To those who are Geminis, I am wishing you a very happy birthday. I hope you are enjoying your season as much as one can under these circumstances. I know it's been challenging for those who have had birthdays during quarantine. I've had one too. But yeah, let's see what's going on. Let's see what the cards have to say for the air element during this Gemini season. All right. Oh. All right. So your energy right now is coming off as very fiery and very outspoken. It is the Queen of Wands, and this card often comes up for people who have a lot of fire in their chart. This could easily represent, I believe, Leos. And this is somebody who is kind of understanding it's kind of mastering the ability to be not only at home and to be a caretaker to children, to loved ones, to significant others, but is also able to balance other parts of their lives as well. They are the master of the home, but they are also very in tune with the heart. Not in the way that I say the Queen of Cups is, but I would say that they're in tune with the fire energy, and that energy seems to be really explosive because you have the Tower card. And that is a lot of upheaval, change. It is things happening very quickly and at a lightning pace. It is very Mercurian. This could have to do with the Mercury in retrograde that is coming up very soon, which many people dread. But this is something really intense. This is a very intense energy, and I'm sorry to say it's the card that nobody wants to see. I know it sounds negative, but it's something that's so sudden and so insane that you won't even see it coming, you won't even feel it coming, you won't even know. And it's gonna be something that's so mind-boggling and insane that I see you making a choice with the Two of Wands. I see you making a decision to pick a path to maybe escape or get away from chaos. Oh my God, Seven of Pentacles keeps coming up in the same position. It's just me talking out loud. But with the Two of Wands, I see you going on a short journey, traveling, getting out of your house, going towards water. But there's a choice that is being made to maybe cut somebody off or to get space from someone, because this card often represents a friend or a person in your life that is being very deceitful, that is spying on you, that is lying to you, that is basically talking shit about you. That's what the Page of Swords has to do with. So I think you find something out in a very explosive way, or something very intense happens in your life that you don't know how to handle. Like you just want to jump out of your house's windows. I'm not saying do that. I'm saying this is the picture. You just want to get the fuck out of there. Like you have to leave. It's like kind of like you have to. Like there's not a choice. That's just the way it is. It's intense. It's like I need to get away from here. I need to get away from everybody. I need to move on. I need to move, or I need really intense space. Like something's got to give, and I don't like this Page of Swords. I see a lot of tension, and my advice to you is to understand with the number 2 and these 2 wands. Understand that not everything in this world is black and white. When we make a choice, it's important to weigh both options and to not take one side. It is important to understand that anybody who does us wrong, it's because they're hurting inside. And it seems like a situation has just happened that's really beyond your control. And I feel like it makes you not only question the people in your life, but want to reevaluate if they're actually there for you. But with the 7 of Pentacles, I see a lot of hard work needing to be done. I see building up and planting seeds for real change, even amongst this chaos. It's like, you know, if a house burns down and you don't want to move somewhere else, you're going to rebuild your house. And I mean that metaphorically. You have to start from the bottom up again. And with that, you do have this offer that seems very immature in nature. It is basic good news. It is an offering of some sort. It is a friend finally coming out of the woodwork and giving you the hug that you needed to have, giving you the physical touch that you needed, or the insight that you needed, or the advice that you needed. They're giving you a little bit of this, like, I'm here for you, it's okay. But I feel like they're kind of like nonchalant about it. It's like, I care about you, but I only care about you at the level that I am capable of, not the level you're capable of. Just some tea, if you get what I'm saying. I think this person is kind of shallow and wishy-washy with how they lend their hand, their helping hand, if they are at all. With the 10 of Swords, this is a death or ending of a situation or relationship. Now, don't get worried about the word death. What I'm saying is, with the number 10, this is a close. This is a closing of a chapter with how we relate to others with our words, with our communication. This is the end of being stabbed in the back, is what I would like to say. This is the end of allowing people to walk all over you. This is the end of a friendship, maybe. And it's very clear that something has changed and something's got to give. You need to start over again from the very beginning. It's like you are in kind of this karmic wheel of how your thought processes are, how you allow yourself to think. Maybe it was overthinking and you kind of have this massive bout of like maybe aggression towards someone else or someone else towards you, and you say enough is enough, like we have to change. I mean, I am thinking with the Two of Cups, this is about a relationship, because the Two of Cups is a joining of two people. It's two people who have a lot of love to give. They have a lot of strength and passion towards each other, and they come together with their own cup and they say, like, I hope yours is as full as mine, so we could kind of take this on and get this a-going. But I mean, this card coming after the death or ending of a situation or relationship, maybe it's a new joining of people. Maybe it's these people coming back together again because there was a huge fight, and it's like, okay, we took our space. I took a week break from you. I decided to work on my career and be around my friends, and they didn't give me the best advice, but I kind of learned for myself that, you know, maybe it's like I like my boyfriend more than my friends, so maybe I'll talk to him and really tell him how I feel and like really mull it over. But it all seems very extreme and back and forth. And there are so many twos. I'm seeing 2, 2, 2. So if that's a synchronicity you see a lot, it's a sign to you that there's something very confusing going on. So I see a peace of mind. I see a joining of two people in a loving embrace. These people respect one another. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. But then I see the World, and this card also came up for the fire element reading. And the World is an overseas trip. It is money, it is luck, it is new opportunity, it is the world in the palm of your hands. I am seeing a lot of lions in this reading. Lion. Kitty cat. So, if there's a Leo in your life, I'm just gonna be quite frank. I think there's a lot of crazy shit going on right now. Maybe this is the person that you're like, I need a break from. Maybe this is the person that you're like having this catastrophic situation with. It could be a family member, honestly. But I see things taking a turn. I see things improving. I see new opportunities. But I don't think anyone's really making up their mind. It's almost like, oh, we're talking and we love each other and we really like each other, but we're not gonna commit because it's so inconsistent. So it's like one person runs away, the other person comes back around again, maybe talks shit about them, or maybe there's another party involved, and then someone else comes around and is like, hey, I have this offer for you, and you're like, hey, no, like, I don't know, I just kind of ended something that I'm with someone that I'm still like thinking about, and I want to rejoice with them. It's like a past lover coming back. It's somebody coming back that you kind of always wanted to It doesn't allude to like soulmate energy or anything like that. It seems a lot more karmic than anything, which is probably why it's so passionate and so like exciting. But I see a new venture. I see maybe a change in how you decide to approach relationships and love in general. But, you know, the Two of Pentacles. So this infinity symbol we see in this Strength card as well, which is also that Leo fieriness that I am getting from the Queen of Wands in the very beginning. This is confusion. This is money confusion. This is juggling so much around that you're not making a choice. And that's exactly what I saw with the Two of Wands too. I don't see anyone actually making a choice. I don't see anyone actually with the swords, right? The swords that are present in this reading have to do with betrayal and endings. So that tells me that somebody did something hurtful, wrong behind your back. You found it out. You want to get away from it and escape it all. And it just kind of cuts to a close. And if this is about a relationship, which I am getting the vibe that it is, this is gonna sound harsh, but the only reason why I can say it is because I have been through it and experienced it, and I have learned this lesson for myself. If someone loves you, and like, I mean really loves you, do you really think they would let you get away? Do you think if it was really good for you, if it was something that you should be experiencing, it would be so hard? And I say that because a soulmate relationship feels like peace. It feels like you can really be yourself and be alone with somebody. Like, you could spend days together and it feels like you're by yourself. Not because you're not with the person, talking to the person, enjoying your time with the person, but because something about their energy is so similar to yours that it doesn't lower your vibration. It doesn't make you feel like, oh, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I feel so drained, you know? It doesn't feel like these like roller coaster emotions that, I mean, everybody is experiencing roller coaster emotions right now. Like, let's be honest, the world is the tower. The world is the tower right now. Like, the foundations that we believe to be true are crumbling around us. And in a way, the change is beautiful, because when our foundations are being flooded and shaken up and just altered, we're forced to build things up again from scratch. And how do you want to build your foundation? Do you want someone in your life? Do you want someone that you love to constantly be questioning and confused about how they feel about you? No. You want somebody who's gonna say, hey, I love you, every morning. How are you? Every morning. How's your day? Every morning. Or maybe you're not ready for that stuff, because healthy relationships, I'm not saying they're boring, they're just as exciting as other relationships, but you actually have to get really vulnerable with somebody because you actually realize you could trust them. So that's something I'm gonna ask you guys to contemplate if you're in a relationship and a friendship that doesn't seem like like something's not adding up or something's not working out as it should, I want you to question if you could be comfortable and vulnerable with this person. Because to be honest, if you can't be vulnerable with a best friend, are they really your best friend? If you can't be vulnerable with this guy you're talking to because there's all this other shit going on and you just don't trust them, it's like something's got to give. Like, what do you really want? What are you willing to accept? What are you willing to have in your life? Like, what do you really feel you deserve? With the Page of Pentacles, I knew this card was going to come up because my friend that is a Gemini, she is so studious and she is always, I feel like she always has this like algorithm going on in her head. Like, her mind is an amazing place where she comes up with the most witty things to say, and like she just has all this knowledge. But at the same time, like, I feel like a lot of times I have to say, hey, you're working hard, you're doing great, you're studying, you care, you're putting in all the hard work to get where you need to go. Be patient because you're doing the work. It'll come in time. You're doing fine. Like, you don't have to push so hard and plan so hard for some things. But that's in the realm of like studies and career. In the realm of career, I see a lot of hard work being done. I see a lot of frustrations at work and situations in life that are making money so confusing. It's like I can't pick a path, I can't make a decision because I just don't know what to do. But then I feel like you're kind of given an opportunity to take a step back and just learn. Maybe try something new that you didn't think you were capable of, or you didn't think would be an opportunity, and you're like, I'm gonna give it a shot. I just want a job, you know. I mean, it's like the whole reading is just revolving around the Two of Cups. The whole reading. I actually want to clarify the Two of Cups because it makes it very clear that this is about a relationship, maybe even just a friendship. All right. So we have the Nine of Cups. And this is like nearing a completion. This is kind of smug energy. This is like, I have my shit going on. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna drink my drink, and I don't care how much I drink. I'm just gonna enjoy my life. Screw you. That's the kind of energy I'm getting from the Nine of Cups. Like, he's like, I don't give a fin on what you think. I don't care. So, all I'm gonna say is I got very similar cards to this when I was dealing with a lot of fuckboys in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you. And hey, like, if you're someone who's actually in like a really good relationship right now that is like stable and happy, like, this is more about work. This is more about those frustrations around career. This is more about frustrations around like making money in your job and work life and friendships and people that you know you should be able to depend on, but you haven't been able to. Like, maybe feeling a little isolated. And since it is Gemini season and this is the Gemini reading, I am using my Mystical Wisdom Tarot card deck, which is, art is by Josephine Wall, and it is written by Gay Guthrie. Alright, so what does Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra need to know from these cards, these Mystical Wisdom cards? Knowledge. Yes, this is the Page of Pentacles. Literally, they come out together. This is knowledge, seeking knowledge. This is, I feel like, reevaluating what you want to learn in school. I feel like you've been maybe back and forth. You worked so hard on like a specific major or a specific area of life to have a career, and you're just kind of up in the air about it, and like something about your experiences that you've been having makes you want to change your path in life, which is totally fine. Make those changes. If you really enjoy learning about something and it gets you excited, pursue it. And even if it's not something that can actualize into a career right now, just taking the time to read a book that on a topic that you really love will be a great escape from whatever chaos you are experiencing. I also see sensuality. These cards are so beautiful. Sensuality. You know, this is about making sure that your cup is full before you give it to someone else. I know a lot of tarot readers say this stuff, and they're not lying to you. If you don't love yourself, how do you think you're gonna love anybody else? RuPaul says it all the time. Why don't you listen to RuPaul? Because, you know, you have to get a place of, you have to get to a place of real vulnerability in order to share your life with somebody, whether that's a friend, your family, your children, whether it's your boyfriend, your husband, your girlfriend, your wife. You need to get to a place where you can be emotionally vulnerable. And that takes a lot of connecting to your inner child. I really have been, this has been coming up a lot, this card. It's also a tiger, which is not a lion, but it's also a cat species, and cats have been coming up a lot. If you guys have maybe like an animal that passed away, I'm sorry. Like a little kitty maybe. Or maybe the lion or the tiger or the cat is just a symbol to get you to see something bigger, but know that your inner child is protected. If your inner child was ever hurt and taken advantage of, and that's a reason why it's hard to express your love for someone else or to be vulnerable, even like nudity wise, I suggest being around kids and just understanding what they're like in that innocence, and know that you have that innocence inside of you still, and you have that sensitivity inside of you still. It's just growing up in life and the world that makes us think that we have to be all these things and have all these responsibilities. We can still connect to our inner little kid, the little version of us who wants to go on a swing, who wants to play in the sand at the beach and build a sandcastle, who wants to draw in a coloring book, who wants to go on the jungle gym, who wants to eat candy. You know, we have to allow ourselves these little pleasures, like, and this playfulness, I feel like, is needed. Like, the energy has its happy moments that I'm seeing, but you gotta take yourself outside of this situation. You have to remove yourself from the situation, take a step back, and say, would my inner child support this person? Does my inner child feel safe with this person I am pursuing? Does my inner child feel safe with this friend that I have? And we also have the Dove card. And this is take a leap of faith. Do not be afraid of change, because the change, it's happened, it's coming, it's going on. Change is all around us. You better jump in the water and get your boat ready, because things are shifting. Life is changing so rapidly. I feel like in the summer, you know, people are hanging out and meeting up and hooking up and having fun, and people are seeing their friends and all this like good fun, like fun in the sun stuff. Like, it's enjoyable, it's great. If you're going on a trip, want to go on a trip, and you can, or just go on a road trip, just drive somewhere you've never been to. You know, I feel like you just like get out of this space that you have. I said the same thing in the fire reading. Get out of this space that you have been living in, that has been perpetuating these stories, and go for a drive, have a new adventure, take some time alone, allow for this change to envelop you, and know that even though things are scary when they change, even though it feels different and it feels new, and it's like, I don't know what's gonna happen next, know that you always have a home deep inside of you. Know that you are loved and cared for. Know that your children are protected. Your kids will live in a world where there's peace and happiness. Know that everything that is happening on a global scale is because it just had to. The world needed to change. People needed to change. Things need to change for us to grow. The only consistent thing is change. And there are also a lot of butterflies that I see in these mystical wisdom cards. So know that when you connect to butterflies and you connect to birds, know that it's a sign that you're doing just fine. And lions too, that's another symbol that came up. Know you are doing just fine. Yeah, it seems like friendships are changing drastically. It seems like relationships as we know it, the way we communicate with each other, is changing, and sometimes it's not always healthy. And if something really isn't healthy, if a friend really is talking shit about you behind your back, they're not your friend. if, you know, a significant other is kind of going behind your back and saying stuff to another girl on Messenger or a guy on Messenger, your significant other. If that's what you call cheating in your relationship, it's cheating. There's a lot of upheaval here. There is a lot of endings here, but there's also great opportunity to see the world from a different perspective and to learn really valuable lessons that I think will change the way you want to express yourself to the world. And I hope that means that you're going to be more vulnerable and open about your feelings and your experiences to the people you love or the people that you're starting to love. Because without vulnerability, we can't see each other fully, if you understand what I mean. Without vulnerability, you're just a person reflecting that person back onto you. Like, it's just like, this is me and I'm being vulnerable to you and you're not being vulnerable with me. So my feelings that I'm feeling are kind of just bouncing back at me, instead of it being like two people feeling, not only feeling their emotions, but each other's emotions, and being able to tell the difference between what that is and understand what that is. And that requires a lot of, that requires not only a lot of empathy, but a emotional maturity that I feel like even some grown-ass adults don't always have with each other, and that's okay. You know, people get divorced, people break up. It's not easy. If what's going on in the world is really upsetting you and you feel like being a part of the change, I see that. Libras, Geminis, Aquarians, there's some really impactful, like, curators with their words. I suggest you write. I suggest you create art. I suggest you share stories and connect with people. Because on a global level, there's so much energy, there's so much going on, and I want you to know that you are loved, you are cared for, you are protected, and please love yourself most of all, because you deserve love that is healthy and stable and consistent. And if someone else can't give it to you, give it to yourself first. I love you, and I offer personal readings if anybody's interested. You can direct message me on my Instagram at LU_SYD. It's basically the same as my YouTube handle, except that it's all lowercase. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment if this resonates with you. You know, not all tarot readings are supposed to resonate with certain people, and that's okay. Sometimes this message is just meant for one person, and I hope I get to reach that person and give them the advice that they need, okay? So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening.